Hey guys, Gabe Suarez here, Suarez Tactics. Continuing with the precepts. Precept number 3, justify shooting first. Okay? Now, usually this is when the liability insurance salespeople, they grab their heart and they step out of the room, and all this kind of stuff. Okay, look, what I'm talking about here is you need to get ahead of the OODA loop, the observe, orient, decide, and act cycle. Now, there's a class that I am developing. It's going to be a Zoom class, probably a 3 or 4 hour class, and it's going to give you the secrets, I guess, of how to traverse that decision and action cycle faster. A lot of it has to do with what I call street profiling. I am not talking about racial profiling, okay? There are just as many white thugs as there are black thugs or brown thugs or yellow thugs or purple thugs or whatever kind of thugs. Thugs are as much racial equality as you can find, okay? Now, they are regional, and in certain areas, certain groups maybe are more prevalent. So it's not a matter of racial profiling, it's a matter of behavior profiling. All right, you look for things that are anomalies, things that are out of place, and I'm giving you a kind of a preview as to what my hacking the OODA loop class is going to be about. Why do we want to justify shooting first? Well, very simple, because if we allow the opposition to shoot first, we might not get a chance to shoot back. Okay, the idea of waiting to be shot at before you shoot, well, that's predicated on the marksmanship deficiency of the opposition. What if they don't have it? What if they're just as good a shot, maybe better shot than you are? When we look at all the personnel that have made it into the U.S. thanks to the current administration's lax policies, we know that there's a great number of military-age males. How many do you think have served in the military in their respective countries? Probably quite a few. How many of them know how to shoot? Probably quite a few. Well, Gabe, it's not legal for someone who's not a citizen to buy a weapon. Do we even really need to go into that? Okay? Anybody can get anything they want. And if you have a bad guy that has skills, which I imagine a good percentage of these guys do, and maybe a good percentage of these are just common criminal gangs and thugs and so on, but I suspect there's a few that maybe are of the terrorist mindset, okay? They know how to shoot. If you allow them to shoot at you first, the chances of them connecting and preventing you from returning fire are pretty good, okay? Think that your adversary is as good as you, if not better. So there you are, there's your target, okay? I don't know, let's say a 10-inch plate at 7 yards, or let's make it harder, a 10-inch plate at 10 yards, okay? And I'm going to give you 10 shots. All right, how many hits do you think you're going to get 10 out of 10? Probably 10 out of 10. Okay, so would you allow yourself to take a shot at you first before you took action? Probably you wouldn't want to do that. Okay, so think of it in those terms. Street profiling allows you to pick up things that are out of place, behavior that's out of place. And once you notice that, you start taking a closer look. What are these people doing? How are they dressed? What's in their hands? What maneuvering are they involved in, and so on. Now, here's a cool thing. If you're able to justify shooting first, you may be able to get out of that situation completely without having to shoot. Okay? There is that. But if you are waiting around for something to happen to justify beyond a shadow of a doubt, the shot fired toward you and things like that, it's going to be too late. So start thinking about picking up the anomalies that might indicate to you that an adversary is there. Start thinking about how you would justify engaging before you are engaged, because that is going to be the secret to success. We talk a lot about Old West gunfights and stuff like that. That's how they were. They weren't the Matt Dillon stuff, face off in the street, like Captain America. One of them justified shooting first, and usually the one that shot first won. Okay? It's no different today, so keep that in mind when you get into your training.